Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We are in McFarland today, filming at Wisconsin Granite, and we're going to learn some things from the folks here later in the show.
They're going to learn us a thing or three.
Thing or three. Looking forward to it. Right now, we're going to learn a thing or three about finances, and it's something everybody needs to think about at some point in time. And we're going to talk to Eric Habenschild from Pacific Union Financial. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
So, we've got a lot to talk about, but let's first give people a little bit of an overview about what you do at Pacific Union.
Sure. So at Pacific Union, we're a non-bank mortgage lender. So all we do is residential first lien mortgages, right? So if you're looking to buy a house, we can help you get into that home. If you're looking to lower your interest rate or refinance, we can certainly help you with that as well.
Absolutely, and lots of folks having those needs at some point throughout their lives, obviously getting into a home that's new to somebody, but also refinancing needs are, pop up throughout one's life.
Yes, they do. And what differentiates you from other lenders?
So the big reason, or the big way that we're really different is because we're a non-bank mortgage lender, we're a direct seller servicer to Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and Ginnie Mae, which handles all the government loans like USDA, VA, and FHA. Mm-hmm. Because of our size, we're I think in 2016 we're going to end up as in the top 10 nationally.
Congratulations, that's incredible.
Yeah. So. Because of our size, we don't have any overlays, right? So an overlay would be something like a lot of banks will cap you or won't go below a 620 credit score. Mm-hmm. We can go into the mid 500s. So we've got a lot of loan options where some banks say no, we'll say yes.
Okay.
Well, that's really nice to know. And there's some other ways that you really differ from other lenders as well. Share those with our viewers.
Yeah, so the way that we operate is we've got our own, so my office has its own team of underwriters, right? So I've got a direct relationship and connections to the people who are underwriting and approving the loans. As opposed to just your loan going to some national center and to some faceless and nameless underwriter. Yeah. I've got a direct relationship with them. And I've got a direct conduit into that approval process. So I control the whole process, which I like because we can actually close on time and close.
That's a crazy idea.
Right.
Yeah.
That is so cool that you have a direct relationship with the underwriters, because I know that as somebody who has had multiple loans and multiple mortgages, that can be kind of frustrating to have these people that you never get to see, you never get to talk to, or kind of deciding your fate.
Right, exactly.
Essentially. So that's kind of cool that you have that connection with folks, and that's good.
Right.
So talk to us about some of the specific loan products that are available to your clients.
So we've got a full product spectrum, right? So we can do everything from your A-plus credit, your jumbo mortgages, so those are mortgages over $424,100.
That's a very specific number. You know your stuff.
To like your USDA loans or VA loans, which you don't need a down payment for.
Yeah.
We've got we're very detailed in the different loan programs we have. Our VA loans are excellent. We underwrite those directly as opposed to having to send them to some other lender to make that decision. And so we've got the full product suite. Anything from not so good or bruised credit to perfect credit, big loans to small loans. We kind of cover the.
It really is a spectrum of different.
Yeah, I like how you say bruised credit too. That makes it sound a little less intense.
Well, things happen, and we can help on
because bruises heal.
Exactly. Bruises heal.
Great minds. Let's talk a little bit about that, because you're saying that in some cases you're able to go into approvals for credit scores that are lower than some other places. So if somebody's watching and they've been turned down for a loan, does that mean it's done, it's over, or can they still come to you?
No, like I said, I can't count, on 2 hands and 2 feet and the rest of my body parts how many times someone has come to me who had gotten turned down by another lender. And we've got an approval form right away.
That's incredible.
If we can't get it done, I can certainly help guide you through what needs to be done to get you to the finish line. So, it doesn't necessarily have to be a sprint. It can be a marathon. Obviously our job is to help. And when you're buying a home or refinancing, that's the biggest financial investment you're going to make for sure this year, probably in your life, right?
Yeah.
And so, what our job is to really help guide you through that process and to make sure that we're going to give you a bunch of options so that you can make the best decision for your family.
Yeah.
Well, it can be a stressful process for people because there's so many unknowns and so many variables that are specific to you and the circumstances of the home that you're purchasing. So it's nice to know that even if it is a no somewhere else, it might be a yes with you.
Right.
And in worst case
More often than
scenario, lots of times he can count. But at worst case scenario, if it is a no with you, to have somebody to guide you into what you can do, because credit is so confusing.
It's the most confusing thing out there.
And
Yeah.
to have somebody
Multiple
tell you
different scores
some
and everything.
steps that you can take in order to get to where you will be approved for a loan,
Right.
that's another just great service that you offer.
Right. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, real quick before we go, we've got about 30 seconds, but you have some personal experience in the loan industry. Can you talk to us about
Well,
that?
I've just been around the block, right?
Sure.
I've been doing this for about 20 years, so I've kind of seen every side of the industry. I've been with different lenders. I've just really kind of seen what's going on. I've managed, hundreds of people, so I've kind of been around the block, and you kind of need that experience to navigate these waters, because my job changes daily, sometimes hourly, right? So I've been kind of.
You've been around the sun a few
I
times.
have been around the sun.
Well put. Well, thank you very much for
Thanks.
sharing this with us. Very great information for folks out there. If you would like to get in touch with Eric, he is at Pacific Union Financial. We've got more Wisconsin Family coming up right after the break.